Hey guys, if you're wondering why I'm dressed like I'm ready to go into battle, you can relax. ISIS has in fact not invaded South Carolina, but rather I'm here today to take a closer look at one of these new products from Premier, a body armor maker. This seems pretty neat. It's called the Fortis 2.0. It's a ballistic level 3 plus plate that only weighs 6.5 pounds and is only 6 millimeters thick. And what's really remarkable is it's rated to stop not just 55 grain 5.56, but also 308 ammo at 50 feet. It also will stop 62 grain 5.56 as well. So these claims sounded pretty cool, and I said, you know what? Send me some, we'll try it out. And in fact, I'm actually wearing one of their curved versions right now. And while I do trust my wife an awful lot, I don't quite trust her enough to test this while I'm wearing it. So we're going to be shooting a different plate that's downrange and seeing if the claims of Premier can actually stand up to that amount of punishment. All right, so we'll start things off with a 16-inch barreled AR. It's actually Kay's personal rifle with a Saker 7.62 sound suppressor on the end from Silencer Co. A Nikon P223 inexpensive scope I did a review on earlier. This is one of Manticore Arms' transformer rails, and it was recently upgraded with the addition of a LaRue Tactical pistol grip and trigger system. All right, so the ammunition that's loaded in here currently is 55 grain M193. All right, let's put a round on the top of the target initially, and we'll see how the body armor holds up. Now you see it's coated in a black coating that's actually like a rhino lining. It's an anti-spalling material that's designed to keep the fragments or capture the fragments of a round that hits that plate and then ricochets. All right, let's take this first shot. And it fell over. All right, we got that target put back up, but let's try something else against it. Now they say that it's rated for 308 as well, and we'll get to that, but I figured a classic firearm of America's enemies, the AKM. Now this was actually a Romanian SAR-1. This is my personal AK that we call Suka, whose rear tang has been cut off. It doesn't have a sling loop anymore. It's kind of a ragtag gun I use to test AK accessories. Ammunition is 123 grain full metal jacket from either Wolf or Tula. Couldn't tell you which one because it's out of a giant tin I put it in. All right, let's try this out and see how it holds up to a Calm Block Classic. And it fell over again. Let's put it back up. All right, the next gun we'll be trying out is this CMMG AR-308 clone. It's obviously a direct impingement rifle, cheaper than 308, and I'm running full metal jacket again through it, I believe 168 grain. All right, got an Elcan Spectre on top of it and an Innovative Arms 308 sound suppressor provided by Silencer Shop. All right. Kind of slid off my body armor there for a second, but that was a nice low hit. That's good. Good that the rounds are actually landing separate from one another so we can distinctly tell where they're all hitting. All right, so it looks like from here at least that it held up to that damage. I don't see any penetration, so let's throw Premier a curveball here and test something that they probably did not want me to shoot at the target. What if you're wearing body armor on a top secret mission for a Black Ops, hit squad or whatever, a wet work squad, and you accidentally step into a time vortex and you're in the middle of 1915, 1912, in the middle of the West, and all of a sudden an angry cattle owner comes after you with his lever gun chambered in 45-70. Can it stand up to the original sharpshooter round, AKA the Fist of God? Now this is a massive, massive round, though it deals most of its kinetic energy via the mass of the projectile as opposed to velocity. Still, let's see how it does. Ammunition was provided by Hornaday, and let's see if I can actually get around on target in the right quadrant away from the other hits. Well, it definitely moved the plate a little more than the last couple of rounds. Let's head downrange and see what the damage is like. All right, so we've got the plate here. Now, as you can see, it never actually penetrated. The spalling is gone, sure, but the piece on the plate, there's not even a little nick in it. And if you've ever shot .223 ammunition at a steel target, you know that it tends to make little divots in it and just kind of chip away at it. The 7.62 round is about the same story. I'm not seeing any deforming or deformation of the target whatsoever from the 7.62 by 39. Down here I'm seeing a little bit of a dent from the 308 round, and yeah, you can see a small indentation, though on the other side it did not go through. Now if you're wondering what all this is, we may have tested the target initially while filming with a 223 and had the misfortune of one of the cameras actually being knocked over by a gust of wind, so we had to restart the filming. Anyway, this right here is exactly, you can see almost slightly, it's a little bit of a raised bump from the 308, but no penetration. Now last but not least, we've got over here, you can see the copper from the jacket is the 45-70 round. And you can tell from looking at it, it definitely made a really, really nasty looking impact, but didn't even kind of go through. There's a slight deformity you can feel on the other side, like a raised lump, but there's no actual damage. And if you were behind this, you might have a cracked rib, but you're definitely going to be okay. Whereas if you were to get hit by that round, especially in an expanding round in your bare flesh, it's good night, Gracie. You're a very dead man. Well, it's pretty badass, and considering just how little this thing weighs, I'm thoroughly impressed. And in fact, I've been wearing one the entire review, and while it's November right now when this is airing, we actually filmed this when it was much, much warmer out. It's about 82 degrees out, and I'm not uncomfortable at all with this thing on. So it's not just lightweight, but it also offers amazing ballistic protection. I think this Premier plate is definitely a winner. Thanks guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more burst reviews.